Hi, this is Anthony Gallant, and this is Franklin Boulevard Media.
Hi, this is Treva Sanders. I am a North Carolina real estate agent, and we are answering questions within the Gaston County community regarding your commonly asked questions during the home buying process.
And like Treva mentioned, we're just going to talk about questions that we have received concerning the home buying process from people in Gaston County. So let's just start off, Treva, just have a little conversation about some of the things in your arena that has been discussed and go from there.
Okay, perfect. Did
Sounds
you want
good?
to ask me the questions?
Absolutely,
Okay,
because they
let's
come to
go.
me about the questions. I don't even know what the answers are.
Oh,
So I
nice.
said,
Well, there, let's get started. Let's do
let's
this.
have Treva talk to Treva. So Treva, one of the biggest questions I hear from a lot of my policyholders is what is the most important factors to look for when buying a home?
Okay, well, Anthony, that is actually a great question, and it's very important to consider several factors that come into play when buying a home. The first one would be affordability. The second would be location. So I'm going to start off with affordability first. Affordability is very important. When you're looking to purchase a home, the first thing you need to realize is, do I have enough money to afford this home? This is a large investment. This is a 6-figure, sometimes 7-figure investment. So you want to make sure you have enough money to be able to afford the home. So some of the main steps you need to do in this process is, first, you want to talk to a lender. As a real estate agent, we are definitely here to help you and assist you. We are here to help take a look at homes if you want to look at homes. But the first important step you need to do is you need to do a pre-approval. The reason why is we don't want you to waste your time looking at homes that you can't afford. You're looking for homes that are in the $500,000 range, but your loan is only qualifying for 400, 350.
Right.
So that's the first step is making sure that you speak with the lender. Once you do that, then we can actually work from there as far as getting you scheduled to look at homes and see what you can afford. So that's very important. Another reason why affordability is important is because you have to mentally prepare yourself financially for what you can afford.
Right.
You want to think about, can I afford to put down money for closing costs, due diligence, earnest money? All of these things are very important and come into play when you're thinking about affording a home.
Okay. Now, as far as finding lenders, how can you assist people with that?
So as far as finding lenders, I have several different options of lenders that I can set you up with. I have like a whole team of lenders that I know, and we communicate very well. We communicate often. So if you're looking for a lender, just give me a call. We can easily get you set up so that you can do the pre-approval process. Oh, Anthony, there's one more thing I actually wanted to say about the important factors in buying a home would be location. I usually say that in threes. For whatever reason, it sounds better. Location, location, location.
Right.
It is very important when you're looking for a home. The reason why location is important is because this, again, is a major investment, and you want to make sure that you are comfortable in the place that you are living. If you're spending this much money, you don't want to be unhappy, okay? So it's important that you do your research. Now, as a real estate agent, our goal is to also make sure that we do our due diligence on our side. We make sure that we discover any type of material facts with the home, but your job is also to do a lot of research regarding the statistics on the home. If you want to see if there's any type of crime in that area, if you want to do research and drive around the home, make sure you feel comfortable. Walk in some of the stores, make sure you feel welcome, because again, this is a major investment and you can't pick up and leave after you purchase the home.
That's right.
So you got to really consider your location and where you want to live.
Awesome. So, in affordability, location, and one of the things that, interest rates are
Absolutely.
probably one of the biggest things on people's minds right now. At 4 or 5 months ago, interest rates were down to 3% now.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
up to 7.5% to 8%. So how can you help a buyer overcome high interest rates?
Yes, so interest rates, as Anthony has stated, has definitely changed within the last couple months, 6 months or so. And a lot of customers, a lot of clients, buyers, sellers are just hesitant. Sellers are hesitant to sell their homes. Buyers are hesitant to purchase their homes because of the interest rates. So some of the ways that you can overcome that as a buyer, I would definitely say is, number one, look into new construction builds. A lot of new builders out there are offering buyer incentives for buyers as far as lower interest rates. They're doing this buy rate down with the actual lender to where they're offering interest rates that can be at actually 4.99, 5.99. Of course, this depends on when you're closing, and there are some stipulations that come with that. Of course, you want to talk to the lender, but I would definitely recommend, maybe looking into new construction builds, and I'd be happy to assist with that. I would also recommend with these new construction builds, there are again stipulations where you do have to actually have the loan with the lender for that builder. So those are the stipulations. But however, I'm here to walk you through. I want to be the liaison between you and the builder to make sure that everything is transparent with the whole process going through. Another way that you can overcome interest rates, I would say, is seller financing. So whenever the seller is thinking about selling their home, they can actually allow you to take over the loan versus you actually going through another type of financing.
Interesting.
That is a way to combat the interest rates. So they may have a 3-point interest rate, 3.5 or so. So that helps you to prevent having to go through the whole loan process and deal with a higher interest rate of 7-8%. Another way is, I guess you could say, mortgage rate buy down with your lender.
Okay.
Now, this is something that you definitely want to consider and educate yourself with. And again, my job is to hook you up with the lender, have them talk to you about it and give you some options as far as what would be required, what are your stipulations regarding that. But these are just a couple of ways you can overcome the high interest rates. So.
Awesome. And I tell you, having someone who can help guide a buyer through this process is critical.
Absolutely.
And so that's probably a critical role that you play.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm here for. And it's important to make sure that I educate the buyer along the whole process. So.
Absolutely. So one of the last thing that I think has been on a lot of people's mind, if you can't afford a home but want to start preparing, what steps should you take?
Sure, absolutely. And I'm sorry, I wanted to piggyback one more thing off of the interest rates. So there is a saying that we like to say as an agent, as a lender, and it's marry the home, date the rate. Now, the significance in this saying is that what you're basically telling the buyer is to commit to the home. If you're ready to buy it, go ahead and commit to it. But date the rate, meaning that in the future, there may be a point in time where the interest rates drop. So you're just dating the rate until a lower rate comes and then you refinance. There are some pros and cons to that. Some of the pros would be that you may have the possibility to now refinance at a later time, get a lower interest rates, more affordable mortgage. The con with that is that you may not be able to afford to refinance. A lot of people don't know that with refinancing, it also comes with paying fees, closing costs. Those things add up. So you have to be mentally, financially stable and ready to do that. But there are pros and cons to the marry the home, date the rate concept. Sure. So just be very cautious of that, be mindful, and just make sure you're realistic about the whole concept. But just to go forward towards your next question about what you can do to prepare.
Yes.
Again, you need to be mentally prepared. Again, there's a lot of cost involved when you're purchasing a home. So are you disciplined enough to be able to afford this? Are you disciplined enough to be able to save? You want to be able to also think about your bills that you have, your debt, all these bills. Are you paying your payments on time? Those are very, very important factors to consider. Let's see if there's anything else. Your credit score. Your credit score is definitely important.
Oh, yes, it is.
That definitely affects.
Yes, it is.
That definitely affects purchasing a home. So you want to make sure that you maintain and keep your credit score at a certain level. And if you're having trouble with that, we can definitely hook you up with credit specialists. We can reach out to them to assist you. So we definitely don't mind doing that. And the last piece I would say is when it comes to large purchases.
Okay.
Be careful. Do not make a large purchase if you're thinking or preparing to buy a home. You're going to have to start the whole process over.
Wow.
So that's very important to consider.
Well, you know what? I mean, just sitting here listening to you, the role of the realtor is critical.
Absolutely.
And it's
Absolutely.
like you're the glue that brings everything together.
We are.
So, I mean, I think one of the things that people say to me or ask me, especially in my business, can you make it simple for me so I can understand? So what's your role in that?
We have a buyer's checklist that we email to the potential buyer. And so that way they are educated about the steps that are involved in order to prepare for purchasing a home.
Awesome.
And I'm here at any time to assist. So, I provide my email, my contact information, so they make sure that if they need me, they can contact me at any time.
Awesome. Awesome.
Now, Anthony, you're not, we got to ask you some questions.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
forget, your role is just as important as mine. So it's very important. So can I ask you a couple questions, Anthony?
Absolutely, Treva.
All right. So first question is, why is homeowners insurance vital for protecting property and belongings from potential damages or losses like fire, theft, or natural disasters?
Well, that's a great question, Treva. And obviously, one of the things that you want to make sure after you do all this hard work, after you qualify for a home, after you put your down payments in and everything else, you want to make sure, and the bank wants to make sure that this home is going to be protected in case of some natural disaster like a tornado, hail damage, a fire, or theft or vandalism. So the homeowner's insurance protects your home against all of that. It helps you have a peace of mind that if one of these unfortunate things happens to you in that dream home that you just purchased, and any home that you purchase is your dream home, the insurance helps to make sure that you will be able to rebuild or repair your home in case of a catastrophic situation. And again, those catastrophic situations could be a fire, could be water damage, it could be theft, it could be a natural disaster like a tornado or hurricane. We all seen the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
So, you just want to make sure that your home is protected against all those things that can do internal and permanent damage to your home. It also gives you a peace of mind to know that if you do have a catastrophic situation, you have something to help you pay that, to pay for those repairs or pay to rebuild those homes. Because typically, think about it. You as a homeowner, you're paying a monthly payment on the home.
Oh,
You're
definitely.
not you're not
Every
paying
month.
you're not paying for that entire cost of that home, which could be, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. So if you had a situation where your home was destroyed, do you have $300,000-$400,000 to rebuild that home? Probably 99% of people are going to say no.
Right.
But with insurance and with the right coverage, this will help you to recover. So it gives you that peace of mind,
Absolutely.
that financial security to know that if something catastrophic happens, I have a policy that will help rebuild or replace my home.
Okay. And I think that's really good to know, Anthony, as far as educating your customers about that, because I don't think people realize the significance of having that type of insurance until, God forbid, something happens. And then they're like,
Well,
did I have enough coverage?
Right.
So,
In my business, what we say, the worst surprise is to be surprised when you file a claim.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You don't
I'm
want
sure-
that to happen.
No,
And I don't know, has it happened to you before?
it has not, thank God. I try
goodness.
not to put myself in that situation.
So you must be insured with me then.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I like that. Okay. Well, I have a couple more questions for you. I wanted to know, how do you, and this is mainly common questions that are asked during the process. So how do you keep your homeowner's insurance policy updated for changing needs, considering factors like home value and valuable items, add additional, crap. Okay, let me ask it again. How do you keep your homeowner's insurance policy updated for changing needs, considering factors like home value and valuable item additions requiring extra coverage?
Great question. And you know what? Your home is probably the most prized possession you will own, outside of yourself.
Oh, amen.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I would encourage everyone to review your policy annually with whoever you have your home insured with, just to make sure that, you understand what the coverages are, you understand what's covered, what's not covered, understand the replacement cost value on your policy. And if you make any major changes to your home, now let's identify changes to your home.
Okay.
If you have an addition to your home, or you do a complete renovation of your kitchen, or you add a room, you need to make sure that's reported and reflected in the updated coverages of your insurance policy. Now, if you just paint your house or something like that, that's not considered a major change.
Right.
Okay. If you add a storage building in the back of your home, you want to make sure that's reflected in your homeowner's coverages. Okay. And typically, what an insurance company does is that they try to keep up with inflation, because what you purchase your house for is not the same thing it's going to cost to replace your home.
Absolutely.
So we try to make sure that we keep those values going on an annual basis to say, hey, inflation might have gone up 3 to 4%. So you want to make sure that your replacement cost reflects that. Because replacement cost really is the cost of the raw materials utilized to replace your home. So
Which has went up, by the way.
Absolutely. So you want to make sure that your policy keeps up with those type of pressures. There are other things that you consider too, additional coverages too, because you know what, people have special items in their homes.
Oh, yeah.
Furs, jewelry. You probably
Prized
got
possessions.
Absolutely. You probably got a big 15-carat diamond ring in your home.
Oh, I wish.
Guns,
Yeah.
silverware, antiques, paintings. That's covered under a homeowner's policies, but those special items have limits on it.
Gotcha.
So you want to make sure that you have policies that are in place that will protect your prized possessions.
Yeah.
So that's very, very important. And there's typically 3 parts to a homeowner's policies. First, you have your house that's covered. Okay. Then you have your personal property within your house. And people say, what's personal property? Now, the way I explain it, I think I told you this the other day. If you take your house and turn it upside down,
I've heard that concept. Yes.
everything that falls out of the personal property is not permanently attached to your home.
Yes.
So that's very, very important to make sure that you have that type of replacement cost coverage on your home also. So and making sure that those special items, like your diamonds, hearing aids, musical instruments, paintings, all that is, being scheduled out separately.
Yeah.
So you can be fully protected in case something happens.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. That's really important. Definitely agree with that. And I think I have one more question for you. So how does liability coverage in homeowners insurance protect you from injuries or property damage on your premises, and what role does it play in legal defense during lawsuits?
Great question. One of the things that's most overlooked by people. Liability protection, let's put it this way. If you cause damage to someone else's property or someone was injured on your property, especially if you were considered to be negligent for that, you are legally responsible to compensate that person.
Okay.
So depending on the situation, God forbid if someone died because of some negligence on your property, or someone got slipped down a step when you were coming down the stairs in your home due to some faulty carpeting or something of that nature, you will be responsible. So depending on the nature or the severity of that injury, you could be responsible for that. If you don't have the proper liability limits on your home, then once those liability coverages are exhausted, then everything is at play. Your home, your cars, your salary, everything is at play that can expose you to financial destruction.
Goodness. Okay.
So having the right liability limits protects you in case someone gets injured or you cause injury to someone else.
Absolutely.
Now, this is something that most people don't understand. Your homeowner's liability protection extends not just at your home, but off property also. So if you cause injury to someone while you're at the grocery store and you were you accidentally you rolled over someone's leg and they broke their leg. Your homeowners, your liability protection will protect you against those type of things also.
I don't think a lot of people know that.
I don't think a lot of people know that also.
I knew that myself.
Yeah, right. So
That's good to know.
It extends away from your home also.
Yeah.
So it really is a coverage that can protect you and protect your prized possession and investment. So making sure you have the right liability coverage, and also if you are found negligent or you are deemed to be negligent, this can also help pay defense costs for you, so you don't have to come out of pocket. Again, it's all about a peace of mind.
Absolutely.
And financial security.
Okay.
Liability is very, very critical.
Well, I guess this concludes our educational session. We just wanted to answer a couple of common questions that are asked during the home buying process. So you have me, again, Treva Sanders, your North Carolina real estate agent, and
You have Anthony Gallant with Anthony Gallant State Farm Insurance, located here in Gastonia, North Carolina.
Gaston County, yes. And so if you have any questions, just contact us. Definitely be here to answer them for you.
And Trifa, hopefully we can do a series of this type of conversations.
That would be great. I
Yeah,
definitely look
just
forward to that.
To just answer questions, and if you do have questions that we have not addressed, send me an email or go to my website at anthonygallant.com and send a question out to me or your website.
Oh, yeah. So DreamsMate Realty Group is the agency, the firm that I work with. You could go to DreamsMate Realty Group. You can click on our agents and then select my information, and then it'll automatically take you to my email address. So
Awesome.
we hope to hear from you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.